Black always gets so every little, thing you drop on here, you can see. I hate that. What up? What up? What's going on? I hope all is well. We're gonna see what we got going on with this deck of cards here. All right. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you coming through. Um, subscribe if you want. Please hit the like just to let me know you came through to say, hey, I came through to check you out. Appreciate you. All right. What's going on mid August 2024? What's going on with the collective? What they doing? What they into? What they need to watch out for? Who they need to keep their eye on? And why? Okay, that's what we want to know too. Let's see. All right. So we got we got a wallflower. We got a player. Okay. A femme fatale. A higher self. Visionary. All right. So we got somebody who's definitely intuitive. We got somebody who's intelligent. We got somebody who is full of fire. We got a risk taker here, okay, and we got somebody who sits back and checks everything out, watches everything out. It's an interesting group of people here. If this is maybe your friends or your family members, or some of the characteristics you embody, right? We are multifaceted individuals, so some of you could be reflecting back on what's going on in your world, and you may be looking at how each of these characteristics came, maybe showed up in your situations or scenarios here, right? But I feel like for some of you on an individual level, you're going through a spiritual transformation, um, with everything that's going on with these planets or what have you, all in retrograde. I feel like there's a lot of reflection here, especially with the wallflower energy. Some people are just sitting it out as a result of going through their transformation. Because when you're going through a time like that, you want to, what's the word, reserve your energy, right? Because it's very important that you don't allow too much of a negative or too much outside influence. There's nothing wrong with looking at what's going on outside of you for reference, to compare with what you feel is right. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to be to the point where you're just doing everything that everybody else is doing, following the crowd. And this is where I feel like some of you have tapped into your higher self, and you realize that, I'm gonna sit that out. I'm not doing what everybody else do. I'll be the wallflower. I'll watch y'all. Another thing I'm getting with this wallflower here is somebody is not going out into the world and not not being social. Now, if you really want to meet someone, you may have to figure out what you need to do. Maybe you don't have a lot of friends, you don't mess with a lot of people. Maybe you're a bit uncomfortable going out by yourself, but I would start doing something, okay? Even if it's, just going for a walk in the park, right? Um, when you go to the grocery store, you don't have to get all dolled up, but, be out all day. Like, have a couple of stores, do all your errands in one day so that you're out and about, you know, moving around. Um, so you're gonna have to think of some different things and some different ways. Now you may have been, you may be uncomfortable. You may be on that wallflower energy because you ran into some players and they did you wrong. But what you have to understand is during your healing process, yeah, here's the wounded individual energy right here. You may have been wounded, but you're realizing what it is that you need to do. It was a transformation you had to go through. So now when you step out into the world, you're intelligent enough because you're using your logic and you're using your emotion, to play both back and forth with one another. So you can't get up caught up by no player energy or no femme fatale, right? These could be people who are used to being, used to having men bow down to her feet, to her knees, to their knees. Or this is used to this is a player who's used to having, getting their way and getting what they want, and nobody telling them no and things like that. But I feel like, no matter what you've dealt with, it made you smarter. It made you, realize what's out there, which helped you to develop into the individual that you are. These wounds were beneficial to you in some way, shape, or form. They benefited you. All right, let's get some clarity. hmm Tell me about this wound. What's up with the wound here? What can you tell me about this wound here? Because it looks like it's still open, right? But yet you're still willing to give with the flower. Okay. So some people, if they're wounded and they choose to be jerks, that's them choosing to be jerks. Once you're conscious of your behavior and you know what it is, you're paying attention to your behavior because you sat down and you thought about why you was feeling the way you was feeling and it made sense to you. Now you realize, like I was saying in the other reading, that wound is never going to go anywhere, but that doesn't mean that you have to be afraid to go out, and deal with people and communicate with people. Trust that your healing process puts you to the point where you will listen to your intuition now, you know so some of you are afraid, because of what you experience with this player energy, or what you experience with this femme fatale energy. Some of you may have run into, narcissists who, know how to play with the mind, right? And it played on your self esteem. But once you separated yourself from that energy, you started to get to know who you were. And you knew that you were not, or you evolved from, these old connections that you made when you had this wound, or when the wound wasn't even acknowledged. So this is why sometimes you have to sit down and cut people off and stop dealing with people, because you realize once you start healing, okay, I attracted these people when I was under the influence of this traumatic energy. This is why I no longer get along with this person. This is why we always fighting or arguing, or this is why, there's never any peace with us. It's because I connected with them when I was under wounded energy. And if you stop and think about it, a lot of you will realize that that's why you got conflict with people now. And it's like, we used to be cool. I don't know what happened. Or they changed, or blah, blah, blah. Nah, you changed. You grew. Or it could have been them. Maybe they grew and you didn't. But this is what's going on with them if they did. So tell me about this wound. Wasn't I talking about that? Yeah. Tell me about the wound. Yeah, the King of Swords. So yeah, facts. Right? So you had to accept the reality of the situation. This is you acting on logic. Okay. Dealing with what it is, looking at it for what this is the energy of. See, the King of Swords is an energy of, don't hate the player, hate the game. You may not like that, the world has people who prey on people with wounds and things like that, because maybe that's not how you built. So you don't understand that. It doesn't make sense to you. It don't matter. It don't matter if it makes sense to you or not. It don't matter if you understand it or not. You better know that it exists, and you better know it when you see it, okay? And you better, do what you need to do to get away from it. You don't gotta like it. So that's that energy of, don't hate the player, hate the game. People gonna do what they're gonna do. You just need to be able to recognize. And so this is why you're going through this transformation. What's this visionary energy? Tell me about the visionary. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. So this is you understanding how to master your emotions. Okay, uh, and this is visionary, because visionary is somebody who sees things that other people don't see. You are highly intuitive. Okay, this is your gift from what you've experienced. Okay, you are more intuitive than others. This is why you can't partake in a lot of the things that people be doing. This is why you can't be in them clubs. This is why you can't be in them bars. You got to sit that out. Or if you there, you just sitting there chilling in the corner, not feeling comfortable. Okay, this is why, because you on a different frequency now. Okay, what appeal to everybody else don't appeal to you. It just don't. Tell me about this player energy. The player energy is the star card in reverse, major arcana of Aquarius. Now, this is an energy of you looking at, thinking that there was going to be, I feel like this player energy was somebody that you really wanted. They represented, or what they presented to you was something that you had you really wanted. You wanted to grow old with it. It was something you dreamed of, or you dreamed this up in your head, is what I'm getting. This person, or they played this role as if that's what they was going to give you, right? So for many of you, this person now they're fall from grace. Now you're looking at them like they're a villain, because this is what the Aquarius energy in reverse represents too. Somebody who's a villain, somebody who's infamous for doing fucked up shit to people, right? Aquarius deals with the collective. This is people who do shit to their friends. They do to their friends dirty. They brush them to the side. I'm smarter than you. This is the type of energy, a know-it-all type of asshole type of person who don't give a shit. You know what I mean? This could be like, a typical outlaw type of energy. So some of y'all was dealing with a criminal, okay, player energy, and you thought that, this was gonna work with this person. It don't matter if it was a man or a woman. Their mentality is what it was. Tell me about that star. Yeah, that Wheel of Fortune in reverse. For some of y'all, this person came through and they cleaned you out. All right, they took money from you. For others of you, your health. Okay, your health, because the Wheel of Fortune, when it's upright, represents good health, good wealth, prosperity, abundance. This beautiful energy. You being blessed by the gods. But in reverse, the ancestors didn't like this. That's the her card in reverse. That could represent your ancestors as well, right? Your ancestors did not like this energy at all. For some of y'all, but for others of you, they took from you, they stole from you. Okay, they treated you terrible. They may have talked bad about you. They thought they were better than you, but yet you held on and fought for this. Okay, you stayed in this for a long time. Some of you were married to this person. You know, and like I said, at one point you thought that this was going to be, this is what this was, this is what you thought it would be. But somebody was playing a game, okay? And you found that out. And now your whole world got turned upside down. Everything stopped when you got with this person. Everything stopped. Everything changed. Okay? When you married this person or got into this long term connection with this person, or when you had kids by this person. All right? Tell me about this wallflower energy here. Or actually, tell me about the femme fatale. What's this femme fatale? All right, this is for the fellas. What's this femme fatale? Or for the women who like women, Don't matter. Yeah, so here we go. For the women who like women, and the men who like men. So the femme fatale energy, this is somebody that you fell in love with. This, for the most part, you fell in love with this woman. Okay, she was very attractive. She turned you on, lit your ass on fire. Okay, she might have been a fire sign. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, you had dreams about this. You dreamed about her. You had vivid dreams about her. Yeah, you wanna the sex was amazing, or you wish that it was. I feel like for some of you, you had sex with this woman, and the sex was amazing. I mean, you can't stop thinking about the shit. I feel like for some of you, this is, whew, this is a very explosive energy, very explosive. Tell me about that tower. All right, did something else happen? What happened with that tower? Yeah, the Eight of Sword energy in reverse. So you must have realized something. You came out of this spell, where this could have been, just this fascination that you had with this woman. You came out somehow. You came out of it with the Eight of Swords energy in reverse. Maybe some of you, she got you. Okay, so this tower could have been violence. Maybe you were jealous. You know what I'm saying? You could have found out she was with somebody else. All right, and maybe you physically assaulted her, or you physically assaulted the dude she was with, or the dude she was messing around with came for you. Okay, so yeah, somebody could have went to prison or went to jail for this chick. Or if this is a hint to you that if you picking up a vibe off of her, or you recognize a woman gets you upset, if she got that much control over your emotion, you may want to back up from her. This is the wisdom, right? You knowing that with the visionary and the cup. If she got that much control over you, and you know what it is, you may not let her know. You know what I'm saying? But maybe she do, maybe she don't. It don't matter if she know or not. You know, right? And one thing you gotta make sure your body don't lie. So if you naturally get that's one thing. But if you just can't stop thinking about this person, you having vivid dreams about having sex with them, you know what I'm saying? This person is literally driving you crazy. You know what I mean? You got to wake up from that eventually, and something's going to happen. that's going to wake you up from it. So someone could have, went to jail or, snapped out of it from whatever reason. Now the wallflower energy is here. Now a lot of you celibate with this Ace of Wands energy in reverse in the wallflower. A lot of y'all not messing around with people because you're trying to clear your head, right? And that's a good thing to do, especially when you come out of a connection. It's a good thing to just sit down for a minute and chill. You know, um, you should give yourself a minimum, especially if you've been intimate with the person. I don't care if you was only intimate with them once. If you're not dealing with them anymore, give yourself at least a good 90 days, you know, a good season to, clear the energies, take your baths, yoni steams for the ladies, men do what you do, you know, cleanse yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can cleanse somebody out of your aura a little quicker, especially if you fast, you drink a lot of water, eat lots of fruits and vegetables during that time frame as much as you can, and drink as much as you can, and take your spiritual baths, and do your cleansings. You can clean them out a lot sooner than people who don't. If you don't, if you're not even cognizant of that, you still carrying other people's energy. If you're not seeing the person anymore and you're not around them anymore, it's going to take time, but you can get them out of your energy just like you can get anything else that you catch out of your energy with treatment or whatever you need to do. Same thing. All right. So don't think that somebody's energy is just stuck with you forever once you sleep with them. To me, that's a misconception, because you can cleanse your energy and your spirit and you can get them out. And that's what you know. Because some of y'all done did it. All right. Or you're working on it. All right. And this is the higher knowledge that you know. This is how you also know. Some of you you read. Okay. Some of the best knowledge in reference to, the cult and spirituality in general is in books, not online. This is why you got to be careful with the books. You try to acquire as many books as you can. I just ordered a book yesterday. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this book. It was like $60. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to get that book. I'm just going to make the purchase. Uh, but I had to have it because the information in it is amazing. So, you feeding your higher self, you feeding your emotional, you taking care of yourself as well. This is you knowing when, okay, I need to take a day off, right? Knowing when, you know what, I need to just be quiet because it's just gonna get me upset. Uh, being able to understand, what's worth it and what's not emotionally, what's worth putting your emotions in and what's not, but putting logic in front as well and making sure that you're looking at it from the perspective of, let me take my emotions out the situation here. And the more you do it, it's a muscle. The more you do it, the more calmer you become, the more in control of your emotions you'll become. But you have to exercise that muscle. It's been working for me. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect, and ain't nobody else gonna ever be either. But I know I'm a lot more calmer than I used to be. You know what I mean? I don't get as upset as quickly as I used to be because now I stop and I think, okay, I'm feeling something. Why am I feeling this? You know what I mean? And if you could train yourself to think about that before you react, I'm telling you, that's the game changer. Now nobody can get you riled up and fuck with you, and because people will play with you purposely to try to get you riled up. And that's you are your worst enemy. If you don't got no control over your emotions and you let somebody else control you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for you. Because with the head, if they could get your head and get your mind, the body gonna follow. You gotta know that. Yeah, see? Lack of control of your emotions. I can't make this up. You saw me shuffle. And now you know, because you wiser. You wiser now. You acknowledge your spiritual self. You acknowledge how things can affect you spiritually. Things that you may not be able to see. You know what I'm saying? But you could see it, you could sense it, you could feel it, and you have enough intelligence to know that it does matter and it's important and it is valid and I'm not to ignore it. That's my intuition telling me to look out. I always pay attention to that. Absolutely. Yeah, so here's the Knight of Swords. Page of Swords. This is you doing research, okay, practicing on yourself, practicing self-discipline, right? Communicating with yourself, listening to yourself and how you communicate when you feel like you're out of control. Recognizing the trigger. This is how you master and get to that higher self. This is dope. Amazing reading. Amazing reading. Amazing. Amazing. All right, let's clear that out. I love this. Because I'm feeling this too. I'm going through these things too. You know. So let's see what else we got. Let's use these. I hope everybody's enjoying a Friday. It's beautiful where I'm at. I love it now because you can open the windows now. I love the time of year, like from winter to spring when you can open up the windows and it ain't too hot, and then from now as we're approaching the end of August till when it get cold. I love being able to open up my windows and have fresh air coming through. Open up my balcony. Love it. Balcony door. I bought a little bird feeder. The birds are liking it, which is good. I'm glad. I was wondering if they was gonna like it. And they're gonna be like, she bought us some trash. All right. So we have alliance. All right. So for some of you, I'm just feeling like you disconnecting from dealing with a whole lot of people because you're going through a transformation. You're trying to get to know your energy, and that's another good thing about being by yourself. Uh, you do it within reason for you, right? But the more you can spend time by yourself on a regular basis, like you can do intervals. I'm hanging out with friends, I'm hanging out by myself. I'm hanging out with family, I'm hanging out by myself. Just make sure you include that ample amount of self time because that helps you to get to know what your energy is outside of these people, right? This is how you truly know you. So I feel like subconsciously, this is about, tapping into your animal self, knowing your primal self, knowing who you are deep down within, and having an allegiance and an alliance with that, right? Because that's how you truly will master who you are. Also, for some of you, you may like to spend a little more time by yourself than with family or friends. Maybe you don't rock with either. um, maybe having a companion would be good for you, a pet. You know what I'm saying? That might be good energy for you. Okay. Some of you are getting good energy from your pets as well. So that's another thing to consider to help you heal, right? If you're going through a healing process and you've tried different things and it didn't work, maybe consider getting a pet. Okay. They use that for therapy for a lot of people, pet therapy. Okay, we have pride here. So in another in another story, we have somebody here who either they are exercising or working on their self-esteem, their pride, and their ego. Because nothing is wrong with pride, and unless um, it's to the point where it's too much. There's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are and proud of what you do, and thinking that you the shit. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people will look at you like you're crazy if you say, "Yeah, yeah, I'm the shit." Of course, you got to be careful sometimes what you say and how you say it. But I feel like it's only around people who got low self-esteem. That's just my thought on it. Okay. So if you come up to me and you like, yeah, my name is such and such and I'm the bomb, I'm the shit, who be you? I'm like, yeah, I'm D, I'm the illest, I'm dope, and and you give me the pound and we both know we stars. Okay, and we do our thing like stars. It's nothing wrong with that. Now, if I was to come up to you and I'm like, yo, I'm D, I'm the illest, and you looking at me like, I don't know who she thinks she is. So to me, I'm looking at you like, oh, you don't think you fly? Okay, well, I don't need to be around you. Okay, we can't build no alliance because you don't feel you don't feel good about yourself. Like that's how I look at it. Ain't nothing wrong with being proud of who you are. You don't got to rub it in people's face though. We have fury. So some of you are at a point where you getting angry a lot. I feel like it's because you around people, places, and things that you giving too much to and you're not getting anything back and you're starting to recognize that. Some of you are not being heard, you're not being respected, and you in environments that you continue to stay in. Okay? So it could be a workplace. You're not getting the respect you want. Well, they're gonna have to run me out of here. That's the most unhealthiest way to look at it. And when you start having problems in the workplace, you see my skin tone. When you start having problems in the workplace, you go look for another job because that job will kill you. You will not kill it. Okay? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That's the wisest, the one of the best things I could tell you out here to make it in corporate America. There's too many companies out here now. There's too many corporations out here now. There's too many opportunities out here now for you to stay stuck in any environment where they do not respect you or they treating you funny because they discriminating against you or what have you. But it's not enough for you to put on paper and file a complaint. You know how they teeter totter on that fence, okay? So for some of you, you dealing with that. Leave that job, okay? Because this is what you'll have once you do. You can find something else. Now, other things, it could be family members, all right? Family members, your husband, your wife, your kids. Maybe you just not being heard. I feel like that's when people get angry and frustrated when they're not being heard. Their needs are not being met. Family, all right? So for some of you, this is what is important for you. This is what your goal is. This is what you really want. For others of you, you know, it's like, thank God I have them. Some people, they don't have good, family struggle. I mean, they don't have good family connections, but, there are some people who do. And for those of you who do, or for those of you who want that, go for it. If that's what you want to do, get that. If that's what makes you happy, all right, go for what makes you happy. But don't be used and taken advantage of, because family could take advantage of you too. Okay, so don't be so loyal to people and have such an alliance when they don't have it to you. Now, it's good if you have alliance to family, yes. If a situation happens, y'all definitely should have a conversation about it, and then moving forward after that, if they show you that they on some funny shit, this could be what you're experiencing, and what you need to do is what's best for you. Focus on you, okay? But yeah, anyway, we got mask. So you could be going through changes, okay? Because of the things that you're experiencing emotionally. You don't know what's going on. This is something you've never experienced before. You've never felt this before. You don't know how to feel. It feels different. This is weird. You feel stuck. Yeah, because you're going through transformation. The world is this situation is transforming you. All right. And you don't like it because you don't got no control over it. Well, then you need to take control, right? And you need to transform it. Okay. Channel that anger, and in a way where it's like you're not fighting back because you're not getting what you want, but channel that anger that you are taking action to get what you want, and you're not taking no prisoners. And if someone got a problem with it, you're going to let them know that, well, this is why it's the way it is, period. They may be looking at you like, oh, you different, you act different, you changed, because they used to you being like this with them, right? But they done pushed you to the point because they was on some sucker shit, thinking they was all of that, that they could, do what they wanted to do under the guise of, oh, well, we're family. And then when you let them know what it is, now you changed, you different, something wrong with you. Right? Right? Please. Please. Don't let people do you dirty like that, where they, invoke that type of energy in you only because they family. You got to stop and think. You got to stop and think. And they know they doing it. You got to stop and think. You got to stop and take and deal with the reality of it. This is not your family, regardless, regardless of what nobody say. There's gonna be a lot of people who got shit to say. This one gonna have something to say about you. This one gonna have something to say about you. That one gonna have some. Let them say what they gotta say. You do what make you happy, okay? To you don't have to, you shouldn't have to die of a heart attack. You shouldn't have to be walking around here with pre-diabetes and hypertension. And it's not strictly because you fat or strictly because of what you eat. It's also because of the relationships that you get into, the alliances that you form with people who you think you know but you really don't. They come under the guise of family, okay? But are they really family? Are they really fam? Okay, come on now. Come on now. Tell me about this alliance. Yeah, the Two of Swords. Okay, you second guessing this alliance. You're like, yo, or this is what this is. This is a moon in, this is a Libra energy. This is moon in Leo. I mean Libra. Now Libra is known to balance the scales, right? So that's good and bad. You know, you got good and bad and everything, or you got negative and positive, or dark and light and everything. You always want balance. You always want homostasis. You always want to be in the middle, right? Not too much. This is where you are with this person, okay? Because you respect this person. It could be because they family, okay? So, you know, maybe you giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like, yo, okay, with the moon energy, like, yo, my feelings is hurt. But with the Libra energy, okay, let me, you know, try to see where this person was coming from when they did what they did. Let me try to understand them. And ain't nothing wrong with you understanding people. You can understand how they do and what they do. Like profilers do it all day. They understand your mindset and why you do what you do. But that don't mean that, you know, it's right or it's wrong. You know what I mean? It depends on the circumstance and the situation. And that's where you have to evaluate. But I also feel like this is some of you giving this person the benefit of the doubt over and over and over again because they family. All right. That's for some of you. What's this pride? Yeah, the Eight of Swords energy and reverse. So this person maybe they don't want you to be proud of who you are. Okay. So you could be around family members where you know, you don't get the appreciation, the respect that you deserve, just the common courtesy and civil respect. You know, they act like they don't see you. Okay. Maybe if you don't go talk to them, they don't talk to you, you know, that type of thing. Um, you know, they see you doing your thing and they don't congratulate you or appreciate you or, you know, help you out or, you know what I mean? Like for some of you, you know, it's a really unfortunate situation here with these family members. Some of you have family members who, yeah, you went from not being acknowledged to working on yourself and now you proud of yourself and they don't know who you are anymore. That makes them furious because they used to, you know, they used to this. Okay? That's what they used to. What's this fury? The magician. See, that's why what I just tell you about what to do with that energy. What did I just say? What did I just say? Take that energy and transform it into energy that you could benefit from, right? So this frustration and this anger, you could probably go to the gym, pop and get something in. All right. For some of you, writing would be good. Okay, journaling. Um, you know, one thing I was just thinking about is if you are somebody who's afraid to speak up because you don't want to ruin the relationship, you know, you're trying to take this person's thoughts and feelings into consideration as well because you're trying to relate to them. What you can do is you can write a letter about what you really feel. Put it all in a letter, how you feel and everything. If you want curse words in it, throw it in there. Write exactly everything you feel. Take your time. Get it all in. Type it or write it, whatever you prefer. Print it out if it's typed. Uh, on the full moon, which is the 21st of this month, okay? You could do it the 21st, the 22nd, and the 23rd. That's the full moon. You can ask to release, read the letter, and ask to release the connection to it, right? You know, read it out loud and then burn it. All right? You'll be good. Eventually, you'll be good. And if you still feel it, just keep doing it until you don't feel it no more. But you can transform this energy. You can transform it into something that's going to benefit you. Okay? Because again, a lot of us, we get frustrated and we get angry and it takes a toll on our health. This is why a lot of us have cardiovascular disease. Like I was saying, you know, yeah, you could eat a little bit better. Yeah, you could work out a little something. But what exacerbates that particular type of condition is also heartbreak, okay, from family members and people we love, okay? I know this for a fact, okay? There's many people who die from broken hearts, all right? A lot of our family members who had hypertension, high blood pressure, you know, if you look at it, a lot of them die from their heart being broken, their feelings being hurt, okay? And, you know, on a side note, as far as, you know, people of color, especially in the United States, they say we have a higher rate of cardiovascular disease and things like that. I think that subconsciously is spiritual. That's because of the spiritual damage that we experience, you know, in our genetic structure from generation to generation, you know, and we're triggered. It's still triggering us, and so we're prone. So it's very important we do something with that energy. And this is just for anybody who has anger issues in general. Don't matter your race. Okay, you want to keep that from getting you hypertension. Okay, so you got to do something with that energy. Let's talk about family here. Yeah, we got the Page of Swords. So this is about communication. Okay, very little. Page is a little bit. All right, when it comes to the Page, the Knight, and then the King. This is just a little bit of saying, hey, how you doing, or what have you. All right. This could be just people watching you. Maybe they're watching you more so. So I don't know. Maybe somebody's considering communicating with you. Maybe they're not. But I feel like what they're doing is they may be watching you. Okay, for sure. And this mask energy, I feel like that's you going through changes, transformation. These people looking at you like, yo, I don't recognize this person. They've changed. They don't allow me to push them around anymore. They don't allow me to talk shit to them anymore. Yeah, Emperor energy in reverse. They don't allow me to talk shit to her anymore. Why? Why? Yeah, this is what this is. So, I just feel like this is disrespect right here. Okay? When she's like this is somebody being disrespectful to her, not respecting her for what she brings to the table. Or this is her allowing people to disrespect her and she not respecting herself. Right? You ain't like that no more. And when I say the sheet, I mean your emotions and feelings, because that's what the feminine energy represents, your emotions and feelings. If this was the emperor, I would have said this is your actions, because that's what masculine energy represents, the actions you take in. So in your feelings here, you didn't have control over your emotions. And this is how this person was looking at you. Okay? Because they could manipulate you and get you angry. They could say whatever they wanted to say and get you riled up and get you frustrated. But you really took a hard look with the Page of Swords. You really looked at them. You looked at them, you assessed them, you saw what was going on, right? And so as a result, now you realize that, okay, I allowed them to have control. We're not gonna do that no more. This could be your baby mother as well, your child's mother, your wife, okay? It don't have to just be family. It could be family in that sense too, the person you married, okay? Yeah, see? This is some of you being enlightened about the situation. You looked at the person's root. You looked at their routines, their habits, their patterns, and you separated yourself. You realized that you had to separate yourself from these people in order to get some clarity, to understand what was going on. But yeah, this is also so that you could gain control of your emotions. Okay, so you had to investigate yourself, figure out what you was doing, what you was not doing. This is why I said it's good to, it's good to be by yourself sometimes. That's one too many. It's good to be by yourself. Yeah, here's the strength energy in reverse. Exactly. Getting control of your desires. Okay, getting control of your emotions. Some of you, you were emotional eaters. Some of you, you would get your frustration out by having sex with people. Um, people you not. And don't get me wrong, you could do what you want, but it wasn't healthy what you were doing as far as the sex. I'm not saying the type of sex, but just the fact that you were sharing your energy with people, on a reckless level, where there was no, these people didn't mean anything to you. They didn't mean you any well. You were just getting that frustration out. So for some of you, as far as your wife or your husband here, this person is very controlling. And you're realizing that, how controlling they are, how much control they have over your life. Some of you was your mother figure, okay? And you're trying to get away from that. You're trying to get away from that control, right? To establish who you are, to come from under that spell of what they were trying to do and how they were trying to manipulate you. Some of you, your parents were very emotional themselves. They get very angry, right? And they say crazy shit to you, or your partner, once they get mad at you, they start talking reckless to you, right? Uh, or your family members, whomever, they just start talking real reckless when they get angry. Yep, Five of Wands reverse. You always the one trying to stop the fight. You always the one trying to calm people down. You always the one trying to see it from everybody else's perspective. You always the one. You always the one. You always got to calm everybody down. You always got to be the light in the energy of chaos. You see how this because nobody else knows what the hell is going on. Okay, nobody has any intelligence. People are easily evoked, and they're easily emotionally manipulated. And so they were able to control you, and now they can't anymore because you understood, you see what was going on. So they lost control, and now, you don't even put any energy and effort into fighting with them. They don't like that. You're not giving them no energy no more. They used to get off on your energy. They would take your energy, and this is what they got off on. What's this magician? Yeah, the Six of Cup energy in reverse from your childhood wounds. Okay, or from you looking at things from an unrealistic perspective, looking at things all through your emotions, not being emotionally balanced. Sixes are about balance. You got three on one side, three on the other. So you were two in your emotions. You gave too much to this person. The cups are upside down. You gave way too much to this person emotionally. Way too much. Some of you're in a connection where the kids talk disrespectful to you, and the other partner lets it happen, lets it go down. Or your kids got anger issues because they, for whatever reason, and you and your partner have different ways of handling it. Yeah, but yeah, for some of you, you don't have control of the kids. The kids run the house. Yeah, the kids run things. Yep. The mother works a lot. For some of you, she works a lot. It's all about the job, what have you. So some of them, they didn't see their mother much growing up. So, it was just the kids trying to discipline themselves, or I don't know what you call it, latchkey kids. All kinds of interesting things that I see here. All right. But I think we're gonna do this deck, and then we're gonna wrap up the reading. Let's do messages of love. Yeah, some of you stayed in this relationship because it was all about family. It was like I'm trying to build a family. Some of you didn't have that good, a good family structure when you were a kid. So you wanted to, in your adult life, create that. Okay, I get that for the masculines. This is what they wanted to do. Yeah, my father wasn't around, but I have children now, so I'm gonna make sure I'm in their lives. Yeah, my father wasn't good to my mom, so I'm gonna make sure, I'm good to the mother of my children. I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna make sure she got everything she needs. And maybe she's just somebody who doesn't appreciate your hard work. Maybe she's somebody who is, wild. And, this is somebody you tried to turn into, how they say you try to turn a hoe into a housewife, but not necessarily a hoe, but somebody who's like doesn't have control over their emotions. Some of you took this woman on as a wife, this type of woman on as a wife. And a woman who don't have control over her emotions is a very volatile, it's like a wild animal. Okay, for real. Nobody can control her. Okay, she can't control herself. She don't have control of herself. So for some of you, you're realizing that, and you're like, yo, who did I marry? Some of you, this is your husband. Who did I marry? He don't have control over his emotions. You knew this. For some of y'all, you like that about him. You know what I'm saying? You thought it was like he could protect me, whatever. But that ain't for you to be testing him. That's his energy. But for some of you, he got to the point where he was physically abusive to you. And some of you need to get away from this, and you're trying to figure out where this came from. But yeah, some of you, it all stems from your childhood and what was going on in your childhood. Maybe I'm talking about what was going on in your childhood, and opposed to what you're dealing with now. Some of you, what you went on in your childhood is mirrored now in your adult family life with your children and your significant other. So yeah, some of you are at a crossroad now with this relationship, or these connections, and you're trying to figure out what you need to do, but you need to do something because you're constantly triggered. Time for change. Time for change. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Spiritual lesson. I'm not taking all these cards. I'm going to just take these top three. Look at that. So for some of you, you obsessed with making this, making it look good. You obsessed. Okay. Because of your pride. But some of you gonna have to let go of that pride, okay? Because this could be you manifesting poor health because you sticking around in a connection that you know goes against your every being. It goes against your every grain. Okay. This was come into your life to teach you a lesson. That's what fated relationships are, fated partnerships. That's what fate is. This particular situation or scenario can change the trajectory of your life. That's what fated encounters are. Okay. This relationship for you was that. Okay. Whether it was with your family members when you were a kid, whether it's with the person you're dealing with now as an adult. Okay. This was a lesson in obsession. So this is what the Empress energy in reverse represents, obsession. Okay, that's Taurus energy in its dark form. Okay, so this is what some of you were obsessed with: the family life, looking good. Some of you, it was just about, yo, I gotta be loyal to my family. I gotta be, and your family ain't being loyal to you. All right. So this is your lesson: who to be loyal to. So loyal signs. You got your water signs. Okay. I'm not saying that the other ones aren't. Um, but water signs are emotion. Okay, when they're loyal to you, I'm talking about fixed signs too. Fixed signs are the loyal ones. Forgive me. So Scorpio, Cancer, no, Scorpio, Taurus, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo have these issues more so than everybody else. Not that everybody else isn't loyal, but fixed signs is like once they like you, they're gonna rock with you through whatever. More so than a mutable energy would. More so than what a cardinal energy would. The cardinal energy would see issues and will make a change. The mutable energy will try to adapt in some way, shape, or form. So in a sense, they're like the water, right? Where they'll try to mold and reflect back what's going on. But either way, this is what this was for you. So for some of you, now you understand why you were so confused about your connection. Now you understand why you're sitting here like, yo, watching tarot card readings because you got to figure out what the fuck to do because this is driving you crazy, right? This is what this is what it is. It's time for you to make a decision and separate yourself from the situation and put your pride to the side and focus on your health. Health is wealth. Don't worry about what other people have to say about your connection. I feel like a lot of people who worry about what other people say are the main ones who be talking about other people. So that could be the karma in itself for you. Not all of you, but some of y'all out there be doing that. That's why you so concerned about what other people say about you. It's a competitive thing. It's like we got to keep up with the Joneses. We got to connect. We got to look better than them. We got to look, you know what I mean? And then on the inside here, you falling apart. Your health is falling apart. Your health is deteriorating. Some of you got lung issues. Okay, some of you drink. You smoke and drink a lot. All right. This guy is right outside my house with the that truck. So sorry about that noise. But yeah, health issues here too. I see it here with the Taurus energy in reverse. High blood pressure with the strength energy in reverse. Okay. The Hermit talks about health. So you guys definitely gotta, take care of your health. And the image of having a family, that ain't gonna do it. Some of you maybe don't have money. Maybe you get money in this relationship or this connection, and that could be your spiritual test, right? Material gain, material wealth, and being financially secure and stable with who you are instead of, trusting that the universe will help you to provide that on your own. That's one of the biggest lessons a lot of us had to learn. So you got to put a plan in place with this magician energy. You got to manifest what you want. The first thing you got to do is try to channel that anger because then you can start thinking straight and planning and mastering your emotions until you can get up out of that house or out of that environment. So figure out what to do with your anger. Figure out what to do with your frustration. If it's nothing more than running around a block, go take a walk. Uh, do some type of physical exertion. That'll be helpful for you. That's the first cheapest, easiest thing you could do. You can go do some jumping jacks. Go outside, go somewhere where nobody can see you if you want to, and just do some jumping jacks. Set your get a jump rope. and just try to jump rope for 10 minutes. You know, if you got to stop in between, cool, but you got to do something with this energy. All right, that's what I got for y'all. I wish y'all the best, and I will see you in the next reading. Have a happy weekend.